Okay, so I'm going to talk again about my Lyme, I guess you could say my Lyme protocol, even though I don't know if I'd necessarily call it that, but what I've done and what has worked for me and just the things I recommend. And this is another one of those, as always. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not giving any medical advice. Got to give that disclaimer out there for certain subjects like this. And so I'm just kind of going over a list of what after trying things, and some things working and some things not working. And I'll just kind of give a recap. I'm reading it here off a piece of paper just so I can remember everything I want to tell you. So I'll just kind of give a recap of all the bullet points of what this Lyme treatment protocol that I did, and what I call is the treatment rationale. So that's just kind of the theory and the reasons for doing different things. And so first is detox, and there's other things I guess that could fall into that. Nutrition is part of that, and Herx management. So managing Herx reactions is kind of part of detox and clearing things out of your body. Number 2 is protecting endothelial structures. Number 3 is cytokine remodulation. Number 4 is restoring and protecting collagen structures. Sorry, I'm having trouble here. Must be some ragweed going on, and the sun keeps following me. The next one is immune remodulation and support, which I think I probably said before. That's probably should be closer to the top. I just have them in this order where I've kind of written this out. The next one is protect and restore damaged physiological structures. There's all kinds of things in your body. And then there's lots of things for specific symptom treatments, and and then some people do things to kill the spirochetes. And there's other things that can go, diet and sleep and other things that go along with the whole deal. And the sun keeps following me. So today I want to talk about detox. That's what, in my opinion, is probably one of the first things that you should do when you're dealing with Lyme and other co-infections, some people call them. I'm not a big fan of that terminology, but that's what people are calling them, so that's what we're stuck with. So the first thing, when you're detoxing, is trying to do a few different things. Like I said, one of them is Herx management. When you're treating, or even if just your own immune system is killing off microbes and bacteria, you can feel pretty rough, because all of those I'm going to say toxins from the bugs that are being killed off build up in your system, and it just makes you feel horrible. So there's all kinds of things you can do to help eliminate that from your system, to help with treatment, and also just help with how you feel and help with your symptoms. So I'm going to kind of read from my list here so I don't forget anything. So the first thing, you're supporting your body's elimination pathways, including your lymph system, your liver, your bowels, your skin. You even detox through your skin, etc., by sweating or other things. And to minimize the Herxheimer reactions and the inflammation that goes along with that. So when these bugs are dying off, it creates a lot of inflammation in your body, and through different pathways, I guess you could say. So the main treatments, I'll just kind of list a lot of the things that I did here that helped me with detoxing and Herx management, I call it, and symptom, minimizing symptoms. So I'm going to forego the scientific names for a lot of these herbs that I do, and just kind of give you the common names for them. And then when I do this video, I will put them in the description below. So a lot of things you can do to help with your liver and your lymph system and your gallbladder and all that elimination pathway are some herbal tinctures that I've done. And some of those are red root, red sage, Chinese schizandra berry tinctures. So tinctures of all of those are very good for your liver and your elimination that way, and your lymph system. Some of the other things that I'm currently doing and still doing is MSM water, and that I could go into a whole video on that, so I won't go there right now. ALA, alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10, NAC, and N-acetylcysteine, and Moringa leaf powder. That's more along the lines of, I guess you could say, the nutrition side of detox. So there's all kinds of, I guess you could say, methods, or if you see smoke, that's from my charcoal that's burning on the grill. There's all kinds of detox therapies, I guess you could say, or modalities that you can do. One of them is binders, which I did a lot of, different binders such as activated charcoal, bentonite clay, chlorella, zeolite. So that, a lot of that is more through your bowels, through your digestive system, to try to detox all this stuff out of your body. Other things, and I forgot to mention milk thistle extract. That's another thing herbal-wise you can do. Not a tincture, but it's capsules or pills that you can take to help with your liver detoxing your system. Turmeric extract is another good thing to help. Lemon water is a big thing. Just putting lemon juice in water helps. Even though it's acidic, it helps alkalize your system, and it helps detox things out of your system. Alka-Seltzer Gold is one of the huge things that I did when I was herxing really bad. It's got to be the gold, not the regular Alka-Seltzer. So that helps really, really well with detoxing your system. And then there's other things, like I said, more along the line of therapies, I guess you could say, or methods. One of those being Epsom salt baths. I did a lot of them. You have to be careful when you do some of these things. Saunas also, you have to be careful that you replace your electrolytes when you're doing anything that you're sweating, or anything that you're detoxing fast. You have to make sure you're kind of replacing your vitamins and your electrolytes. Hyperthermia baths, I still do one almost every single day. Just sweating, because I don't really have access to a sauna right now. I could, but you got to go pay to go to a spa or something, and that costs money. And there's the smoke from my fire again. I'm getting ready to cook some dinner here. Coffee enemas, yep, I said it. So that for me was almost number one as far as detox. Once you get past the ick factor, it took me a long time to get over myself and try it, and it's one of the best methods for detoxing your system for anybody, for that matter. And that could be a whole other video, so I won't go into it right now. And the last one is castor oil packs. That's, kind of an old-time remedy for helping your liver, helping detox. And we got some pollen going on here, so it's getting my throat. So one other thing along the lines of what I could consider, detoxing and slash nutrition slash herx management, especially if you're taking antibiotics, is probiotics. A lot of people say a lot of your immune system is in your gut. A lot of how you eliminate toxins is through your guts. So I highly recommend good probiotics, and I mean, when I say good probiotics, I mean ones that are going to be fresh and going to make it through your system. So, not just regular old cheap probiotic capsules. I did a lot of the kind of higher, maybe 50 billion, capsules, and you got to space them away from anything that, killing, like antibiotics, and get good fresh ones. The ones that are refrigerated are the best. But there's many things that are way better than that, so I kind of got involved in a whole lot of different homemade probiotic fermented foods, and they're not for everybody, so you have to be careful and kind of start slow when you do that. And that could be a whole other video that I'm going to probably have to do, how I learned all that. And so, there's kefir, there's milk kefir, there's water kefir, there's non-dairy milk kefir, kombucha, and Jun, which is similar to kombucha. and all kinds of fermented vegetables, homemade pickles, homemade sauerkraut, homemade any kind of fermented vegetables. So just highly recommend that anybody's dealing with anything chronic, or anybody for that matter, literally everybody should be eating, in my opinion, fermented foods, because think about it, thousands of years ago they didn't have refrigeration, and and even still in some, I guess you could say, third world countries, they still live on a lot of fermented foods, and and it's very healthy and very good for you. They say the gut-brain connection, or how your immune system, a lot of your immune system's in your gut. Just that's a huge thing when you're dealing with chronic illness, in my opinion. So yeah, that's kind of my quick, rapid fire list, I guess you could say. I didn't want to make this too long, trying to keep it, these under maybe 15 minutes or so, because a lot of people don't want to watch a long video. That's why I'm splitting this up and doing, sorry, I'm watching somebody else is rolling into a campsite over here. I'm being nosy. So I'm trying to keep these short, because I know a lot of people don't want to watch a long video, and so I'm going to kind of probably do one video for almost every one of these bullet points. Maybe some of them I can combine together. But like I said, detoxing, I think, is almost number one before you do any kind of treatment, or at least initiate it pretty much right away, along with initiating treatment, I would say. Yes, if you just got bit, or you just got acutely ill, then by all means you got to start treating immediately. But you can immediately also incorporate some of these detox methods, which I highly recommend, because I'm kind of sort of preaching to the choir, I guess you could say. I committed a lot of not detoxing enough and treating too aggressively, and paid for it. And if you do that, you know how it feels. You can feel pretty rough, and it can actually set you back. So that's pretty much, I think, everything I need to say on the detox side of things. Obviously the nutrition can go way further than that, but as far as detox and Herx management when you're treating, that's the main things that I kind of settled in on, and I still do almost all of them on a daily basis. Just trying to completely, I guess you could say, get 100%, maybe never get 100%, but I'm trying to just make sure that I don't. And another thing a lot of people say is they can relapse, and that's a whole other topic there. But I want to make sure, I want to make sure I'm feeling my best, and doing everything I can do to stay healthy. So a lot of these things I've incorporated into my life, and I plan on doing a lot of them, maybe not on a daily basis, but I plan on doing a lot of them forever. And so yeah, that's detoxing. So that's part 2 of what I'm saying. I did everything to help get better from Lyme disease, and not everything works for everybody. What works for one person doesn't work for somebody else. I get that. And if anybody has anything that I didn't mention that worked for them, please comment below. And if you have any questions about anything, please ask, and I'll do my best to address that. So thanks for listening.